how long was this going on? And was there a conflict that you saw? Because I think your perspective is so important, a conflict between the people who are running the show and the family in terms of what's best for Wendy?
I don't think no one knew exactly to the extent how bad it was. I felt like people knew something was up with her, but they didn't really know. I knew it because I've been around it, you know? It's sad to see something like that happen to her. You know, she needs help.
Recent discussions about Wendy Williams have brought new attention to her personal and health struggles, along with concerns about her past relationship with her former husband, Kevin Hunter. Her first husband, Bert Girigori, has also recently spoken out, sharing claims about what he believes happened during her marriage to Kevin. According to him, Kevin may have influenced Wendy in harmful ways and allegedly exposed her to substances that worsened her condition. These statements have added more controversy to an already difficult situation. Over the past few years, Wendy has faced ongoing health challenges, including a diagnosis of Graves' disease, which affected her energy, speech, and appearance during public appearances. She also stepped away from her talk show after noticeable changes in her behavior raised concern among fans and media. Since 2017, her situation has become more complicated due to legal guardianship arrangements and continued medical struggles. Many people are unsure about her long-term recovery or possible return to television. It is important to note that while several claims have been made by different individuals, not all of them are confirmed. Much of the discussion comes from personal opinions, interviews, and public speculation. Wendy's condition remains a sensitive topic, and updates about her life continue to attract strong public attention and debate.
For some time now, and even today and beyond, I have been living in a sober house. I am driven by my 24-hour sober coach back to a home, lights out by 10 p.m. So I go to my room and I stare at the ceiling and I fall asleep to wake up to come back here to see you. So that is my truth.
The announcement about Wendy Williams was taken very seriously by the public. While many people showed her support and understanding, there were still ongoing questions and concerns surrounding her situation. For years, there were rumors suggesting she was struggling with substance-related issues and trying to manage a demanding work life at the same time. Some reports claimed that her daily routine was affected, but she still continued working because many staff members depended on her show for their livelihood. In March 2019, Wendy addressed her struggles publicly and confirmed that she had been dealing with addiction challenges. She shared that her situation had become serious enough that she needed professional support and structure in her daily life. During that time, she was reportedly staying in a sober living environment, following strict rules, and attending regular recovery meetings. Her schedule was closely managed, and her personal freedom was limited so she could focus fully on healing and stability. This period marked an important turning point in her life, as she openly discussed her journey and the effort it took to regain control of her health and lifestyle.
My thyroid, my hyperthyroid, is attached also to Graves' disease. Graves' disease squeezes the muscles behind your eyeballs, and so that's the reason for...
Williams said it was her viewers who convinced her to get checked out.
That is the eye thing that you all have been seeing. You caught it before I did.
People who followed Wendy Williams before her talk show recalled that she once openly admitted in 2003 that she had used cocaine in the past. She later stated many times that she had fully recovered and moved on with her life. Because of this, the recent news surprised many fans and made them emotional, as it showed she may have continued facing personal struggles over the years despite earlier claims of recovery.
For me personally, this is not putting words in anybody who might be a substance abuser's mind, but you know, I was raised better than that, and I never been arrested and wrecked my stellar radio career, and I never embarrassed my parents who were still married.
So it never really took off. It just threatened you.
It just threatened me. I never was broke off. I was always able to pay all of my bills and I lived a good life.
So here's it. You never hit a bottom.
Right.
And you saw it coming, and you were able to, whatever it is, God
Yeah.
stepped in, your own resources,
Well,
whatever it was, you were able to.
I wanted better for myself. Do you
The situation became even more complicated when reports suggested that Wendy Williams' former husband, Kevin Hunter, and people around her may have made her struggles worse. According to Bert Girigori, who dated Wendy in the early 1990s, their relationship started in 1992 when she was working at 98.7 Kiss FM. At that time, things seemed normal, and they stayed together for about 2 years before marriage plans became serious. Bert said he never directly saw Wendy using any harmful substances, but he did notice changes in her behavior. At times, she seemed different, almost like her personality shifted. He became concerned and tried to support her. When they married in 1994, he encouraged her to seek help, and he believed she made some progress for a while. However, their marriage ended a year later in 1995. Even after the separation, Bert said he kept an eye on her from a distance to make sure she was okay. That changed when Wendy began a new relationship with Kevin Hunter around 1996. They married in 1997, and Kevin became more than just a husband. He also worked as her manager and business partner, handling major decisions in her career and personal life. Over time, Kevin was described by some as very controlling about who could access Wendy and what opportunities reached her. This reportedly created tension in her professional environment, as some people found it difficult to work with her because they had to deal with him directly. Despite this, Wendy trusted him deeply, especially in the early years of her talk show success. Before meeting Kevin, Wendy had already built a strong career on her own. She worked hard through college, took low-paying radio jobs, and slowly built her reputation into one of the most recognized voices in American media. Many people believe she was independent and driven before her marriage. However, according to Bert's claims, the dynamic in the relationship later changed. He suggested that Wendy became more dependent over time. He also alleged that substances may have been reintroduced into her life, leading to setbacks in her well-being. At the same time, Kevin reportedly remained involved in managing her public image and career activities. Some former colleagues also hinted that there were concerns behind the scenes, although most were afraid to speak openly due to job security. One former show member, DJ Booth, reportedly left the program unexpectedly and later suggested that staff members were aware of troubling situations but stayed silent. As time went on, rumors spread that Wendy's personal and professional life was being tightly controlled, and that she was not always in a position to make clear decisions. There were also claims of cheating and financial disputes, which added more stress to the relationship. In later years, Wendy faced serious health challenges, and discussions about her mental and physical condition became public. Despite everything, some reports suggested that she still clearly remembered emotional pain related to betrayal and trust issues within her marriage. Overall, the story remains complex, with many different claims and perspectives. Some parts are based on personal accounts, while others remain unverified, making it difficult to know the full truth of what happened behind closed doors.
My real name is Wendy Hunter. Yep. And I'm divorced.
Yes.
He's got no money. Yeah.
The internet has strong opinions about Kevin Hunter because many people believe he played a major role in Wendy Williams' difficulties. Some users blame him for most of what happened, saying he was the one closest to the situation and had the most influence over her life during that time. Many online comments describe him as selfish and unfaithful, claiming he contributed to her emotional pain and public struggles. They believe that his actions and decisions may have made her situation worse instead of protecting or supporting her. At the same time, some viewers express sadness when looking at how Wendy's life unfolded. Even people who were not longtime fans feel sympathy seeing her go through health and emotional challenges while being in the public eye. There is also frustration online about how the situation was handled and why it took so long for concerns to be addressed. Overall, People continue to debate responsibility, relationships, and what really happened behind the scenes. In the end, the topic remains widely discussed, and many are still sharing their opinions and reactions across social media platforms.